Hey guys, I don't know if you heard about the incident between uh, um, Officer Matthew and Carolina Fort Worth audit. It was on, I think, J Street in Fort Worth. Happened last night, I guess. Um, he was just asking questions. There was no crime scene. There was no investigation. There was no caution tape up. There was nothing. It was just some cops standing around talking in the street. So Carolina Fort Worth audits goes up and starts talking to them. Two ladies at first. The ladies didn't want to talk to her. Then they get to where Matthew Kruger is, and he tells her they've had words in the past. He tells her, he said, "Go to the other side of the street." She was like, "Why do I have to go to the other side of the street?" And he said, "Listen, if you don't go to the other side of the street, you're going to get arrested." And she said something like, "Yeah, but I want to ask you a couple questions." And then all of a sudden, he just picked her up, slammed her on her face down onto the ground, knocked her out. She was unconscious. She was breathing in a weird, heavy, weird way. She was unconscious. And from what the audio sounded like, it sounded like she the officers were saying stop resisting while she was knocked out already because he knocked her out in like a second and a half. I slammed her to the ground. It's like he was trying to kill her or something. Well, anyways, I wanted to look at an analysis of Fort Worth um, Police Department use of force analysis report. So let's see what they're doing. And I just picked a random month and year, June of 2022. Let's go down a little bit. Total calls that month were 30,000, over 30,000, and suspects that got force, people got force used on them was over 1,500. Um, de-escalation techniques were used 182 times. I doubt that. I think somebody's lying there. Okay, so go on down a little bit. Which divisions of Fort Worth would you want to live? I want to live right here in the north, where they only got three that month use of force. I don't want to live wherever this is. Okay, this is interesting. Use of force by time of day. That's about what I figured. Most of it would be at night and in the evening. But this is weird. The highest is Wednesday, but then the next highest, is just by one, is Sunday. Why are cops attacking people on Sunday almost more than any other day of the week? I mean, that's the Sabbath. Come on. All right. So here we go. This is interesting. Pointing a firearm. So in the month of June of 2022, 134 people got a firearm pointed at them. Let's compare that to taser. Only they only tasered five people. So taser display was one. So they hit them five times. They displayed it without pulling. So that's just they need to pull out their taser more than they pull out the firearm. Okay, okay, I like this right here a little bit. This right here is this down here. So most of the time when they pull out their or use of force or pull out the weapon, part of that would be is if somebody's got a weapon. It says here weapon offense. So if it's an armed robbery or somebody's waving a gun around or then the smallest one here looks like is public intoxication and narcotics. Right. Average age is 30. Got injured during it, 11 of them. Mental health, different things. Most of them are males, like always, right there. And this is kind of predictable. African Americans is way up here. We're not too far down below. We're down below white people and then white Hispanic. Okay, type of risk. Okay, this 391 officers during June of 2022 used force. just in that 1 month. That seems like an awful lot. It tells you how long the officers have been there. The biggest part here is 5 to 15 years. Ones that this little spot here over 15 years, that's because they've learned. They've learned that they don't have to rough people up. Okay, now here this gets kind of interesting here. If you look at this is each one of these is the use of force for the month of June 2022. There's no accidental, no baton. There's one deadly force right there. One deadly force during that month. No canine, other weapon, pepper spray was used once. See, they should resort to that more often, if you ask me. Pointing a firearm. This one is interesting. Now, pointing a firearm. So let's compare pointing a firearm to taser cartridge fire. So pulling a firearm or pulling a taser. Pulling a taser, here's the red ones there. There's one, two or three maybe, compared to pointing a firearm. That's these oranges. Look, they're everywhere. Here, there. Man, they pull out their firearm a lot. Let's compare a a taser fire to a taser display only. So they pulled it and didn't use it. Taser fire was 1, 2, 3. Display only 1, 2. So about the same. The fact is they're not pulling their tasers very often, and I just think they should. I hope you guys like this video. Um, go over to Carolina Fort Worth Audits and like, share, subscribe to her channel. Show her love. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, share, comment. Thank you. Subscribe.